Greetings, I'm Epictetus, and this is Epic Tech. And today we've got some fun stuff to do. I think it's fun. It might be lame. We'll see. But hey, I have made... Oh no! Oh gosh. Okay, I'm good. Small, just a minor heart attack. Nothing, that's going to actually kill me. I will admit I switched into my jetpack suit to do this outdoor job, but then I switched back and almost forgot. Somebody suggested that I add a kind of a cut-off branch to the outside. It needs a little bit more work, I think. There's so many little graphical details that I always find I always think I'm going to do them later, and then I don't. So, but we'll get there. I promise, someday I will. But I don't know. It's okay. But the biggest reason I put this here, and I hope it's big enough now that I think about it, it should be. My biggest reason for putting this here is because I want to land one of my, one of the beam drill barges down there. And I might actually make another one on the back. Oh, no, I can't make one there. That's where the stairs are. But I can make another one somewhere. Mainly, I want to be able to hook in, and I'm not sure how I want to do it, but I want to get this one that's down on the ground off the ground. So I had a lot of suggestions for how to add music, and don't think I'm going to do it. I mean, maybe eventually, we'll see, but there's one big reason, and that is copyright strikes. If there's any music that actually has a copyright on it or anything, then I would get in trouble, and it's a lot easier to just hum and, or not. I'll just probably skip a lot of the future music. Ooh. Is that shut down because I shut it down, or shut down because it ran out of uranium? Okay, how did this look? How did this turn out? Okay. So we're going to need to get up there and remove those. So I will bring out the grinder again. There we go. I hope this thing's empty. I'm pretty sure it's empty. Guess we're about to find out, right? At least we're now not sitting over the entire base, so if something did fall out of the refinery, it would only crash through my brand new platform and nothing else. There we go. Oh, that's not the right one. Oh, that's right. It's above. Oh, whoops. What did I lose? I was a little higher up than I should have. Oh, I lost my docking mechanism and everything. Okay. Go ahead and turn those off, and we can go fix that. I'll go take a look and see what damage it did. Constantly running into things. Oh, it's up, not down. I always get my floors mixed up. Oh, yeah, I knocked off a battery and basically everything on one side. Cool. That's not too bad. I can fix that. We'll deal with that later. It'll be a while before we really need it, so... Oh, by the way, there's this little bug with the beam drill where even when you turn it off, it still just sits there and spins like that. And, yeah, it's just going to do that for a while. We can ignore that. Once I reload, it'll go away, but... Okay, so my other thought, if I can figure out a way to actually use the lifter to get the mining barge here... So I'm probably just going to have to extend this whole thing But my other thought was that I could actually run a connector into this somewhere. Yeah, let's go up and take a look. Let's take a look here. Yeah, okay, it ran out of uranium. Shoot. Well, that's... I hope there wasn't much uranium on board. Okay. So, we're going to need to put in... I was going to do that later. Okay. So I could replace this... Let's see, that's connected there. So I could replace this right here with a connector. And then somehow figure out how to connect it up to the side of the stump. But if I connect it up to the side of the stump, I want it to still have something physical it's sitting on. So let's go ahead and remove that piece there. That was the ore detector, wasn't it? Yeah, that's not the first time I've done that. I think I need to put it somewhere else. Or just remember that it's there and stop dropping it. Alright, so if we put that... Yeah, that's the right spot. Do I want to put it like that or stick it out one? I think out one, and if I put in a small cargo container, I need interior plate for a small cargo container. Fine. I think that's fair. Just like that. And then my plan is to make it so that this thing will actually sit into just the right spot, and then we can actually have, I don't know. I think this time I'm going to put the ore detector in a different spot, though. I'm going to put it there. I feel like it's actually right there. Hang on, how can I... Okay, this is just a little bit dangerous, but... Haha. Okay, yeah, see, there it is. Now, are we directly above the center? Yes, we are. So, it wouldn't be here. It would be... Here is where I would want to connect in. And I'm just going to have to get some piping in, but it looks like it wouldn't be too hard. Now, I'll probably just come all the way straight across, or... No, round the outside from that one. Yeah, I'm going to need my jetpack. So this is going to serve two purposes once this is done. The first one being that we can unload ore when we bring in one of these mining platforms. But the other one is that it can reload a mining platform with uranium and with additional... Oh, that's right. I need to get the turrets on the side. But, yeah, it can reload with additional ammunition. That's what I was trying to think of. There we go. The other thing I need to do is get the connections on the inside. Can I get this in here? And yeah, that'll work. It's either that or grab my full jetpack, and I don't really want to do that. Oh, that's right. I never put that piece of catwalk back. There we go. Yeah, I can't. Not from this distance. So, there's a solution for that. There's not a all three sides one. Okay, fine. Catwalks are wonderful things. Yeah, perfect. Right? Oh, come on. That has to be within range. Oh, I'm standing right on the edge. I mean, not that it's going to hurt if I fall or anything, but... There we go. The targeting when you're in a ship is very different than the targeting when you're not in a ship. And getting it figured out is not easy. Got it. Okay. A few seconds, that should all light up green. There we go. And now we've got ourselves... That's a lot further than the other one. Oh, because it was halfway up the wall. Okay. So now... Let's go get the lifter. What did I just hit? Oh my goodness. Well, luckily the lifter has plenty of spare. Oh, cool. I knocked a landing gear off. This is great. Love it when things go wrong. All right, let's see if this works any better. I want to line this up as centered as possible. Just a little bit more. And eventually we're going to put some stripes in that'll make it a lot easier to line up. But I think that is a little bit more like what I was trying to do before. So now, lock it in, unlock, and let's go put this away. And I think... I probably should leave it there. Oh, that was a lot closer than I thought it was. Oh, depth perception would be such a wonderful thing for this game. I don't think I've ever had a game where I've wanted depth perception more. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set this up with the piston. We're going to do extend... No. We're going to do reverse, and I need a stop. Reset velocity, I believe, would do it. And then we're also going to increase maximum distance and decrease maximum distance. And then we're going to go find that camera. View. That's more like it. Okay. So, let's see. Yep. So what I want to do is decrease the maximum distance. And then go. It'll stop early. Oh, shoot. Can't really see. Okay, well, it's an extra meter or two. Meter. That looks like about a meter, doesn't it? So we're going to need 7. I need to put the... okay, one more. Oh. There we go. That looks good. So now we can lock that in. Ooh, which connector is that? Ooh, there we go. Finally. That'll work. That's enough of that. Oh yeah, and I couldn't put these blocks in because the landing gear was in the way. So just go ahead and throw those in. And then I'll make that look pretty later. I will actually make that one look pretty. We'll do something with it. I don't know what. I'll make this a little more automated. Actually, I've had this idea that I'm not sure if it would work. Maybe I should just try it out. Should we try it out? Ooh, yeah. Let's try it out. Okay, so here's my idea. And I've never tried this before. I just thought about it. We need to have a sensor. Right. Maybe not there. If I put that there, and then I put the sensor on that, that's upside down. I can't put the sensor on that. I need an interior plate. Well, that I can deal with. Okay, so now let's get this thing disconnected and backed up. Actually, no, we'll get to that later. And then we're going to hit 6. And let's see, 2? Yeah, perfect. Okay. So the next thing I need to do... Actually, let me do this really quick. If I jump in here and go to Info and say Show Sensor Field Range, and then I go find that sensor, Sensor 2, that'll work. So we're going to call this Sensor Dock 1. Let's take a look. Oh good, I was a little concerned that this thing would break when it was backing up, but it seems to have done okay. And we can get rid of that camera. That's kind of a waste of time. Okay, let's stand up here and take a look. If I take the base and I go find that sensor, why is that sensor not showing on the base? Downlights. What? Solar panel incomplete. What? I am picking the wrong thing. Oh, tree fort, which actually needs to be renamed the stump. There we go. Let's try this. What is the base? Oh, it's my old base. It's, okay, I know where that is. All right, sensor dock 1. Let's make this visible on HUD. Where's that? Did I just miss that? There we go. Show on HUD. Okay. And we need to drop all these guys to their minimums. Yeah. And let's see. Where's the stump? And then bottom extent needs to just go down like a tiny bit. As a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and type in 2. I think that'll do. And then front extent is the one that's going to need a fair amount. Let's do 3.5. There we go. Let's go take a look. Yeah, that should do it right there. We might have to actually make that 3.5 just a little bit smaller. We'll see. And I'm kind of thinking we need a different place for that. Oh, you know what? Oh, this is what I need to do. This makes sense. This is actually a good viewpoint. Go figure. So we'll actually put a... We'll just put a button panel here. And this will be perfect. Yeah. Okay, Igor, make my button panel. Beautiful. Okay. Button panel, dock 1. And then we're going to set this up so that the piston reverse. Is that... Maybe. Okay, let's get the sensor set up. Let's also rename the piston. Piston dock 1. Sensor dock 1. Setup actions. So when detected, why is there a hide weapon button? That's strange. All right. So when it's detected, we want, and that's the only thing we want it to do. We want the piston to stop. So piston dock 1 is going to reset velocity. Is that right? I think. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay. Let's see what this does. So I don't know if that actually... Yeah, no, that actually stopped. Because otherwise those would be pressed in together. Let's go take a look. Piston. Velocity says 0.5. Oh, because we already had this configured. Whoops. I didn't want to do that. That just explodified and disappeared. Okay, let me get this piston reset and fiddle with it a little bit. Okay, so I've rebuilt it, and this time I went ahead and put a catwalk there because it looks a lot nicer, honestly, than the other way. And I also put in a conveyor so it has something nice to sit on. It's a little bit better all the way around. Also, I think I figured out what went wrong last time. I don't think it was actually detecting large block ships. So let's go find the sensor dock 1. And go down and see what it's detecting. I don't want it to detect players or floating objects. I do want it detecting large ships. Why is that moving? Is it detecting itself? Is that why? Well, that's no good. I think it detected itself. I think as soon as I did that, it detected itself, which isn't going to work. I need to see it. It needs to detect right here and reverse, and it doesn't. I gotta be fast about this. Okay. Which means I might... Sensor dock 1. Detect subgrids. Don't detect stations. Only large ships. And it's not detecting subgrids. Bizarre. Set up actions when it detects reverse. That should have worked, but you know how Space Engineers is. Welcome to Space Engineers. That's what I always say. Okay, this is all part of the same grid. It should not be detecting itself. That's just bizarre. It should be moving forward, and as soon as it detects this connector here or anything else in its way, it should run the actions. And I've set up the actions to the same thing that this button does, which is piston reverse. Let's see, sensor dock 1. And this is just for testing. The final version, I should just explain that. The final version, I think you probably already figured it out, but this should move forward, and we'll set it just right so that as soon as it sees it's within range, it stops, and then we'll have a timer block that just automatically connects it. So we can get it to the point where we just hit one button and walk away, and this thing will push out, connect, unload everything in there that Tim wants, and then reload things like ammunition and uranium and be ready to go for the next trip. As a matter of fact, we might even be able to convince it somehow to undock when it's completely refilled. We'll probably just leave it connected until we're ready to go, but we'll be able to hit one button, it'll unlock, and then retract. In theory, that's assuming we can get this to actually detect that grid. There is something seriously wrong with this setup. This should be working, and it's not. Fun! Okay, we'll have to return to that. If you have an idea for what might have gone horribly wrong in my setup here, please let me know. I just cannot figure out what could be going wrong. I thought I was being all smarticle and stuff. Well, this has been kind of a short episode, light on content, and I apologize for that. I try to give you guys more than that, but, well, it's just been kind of one of those episodes. However, come back for the next episode because I promise some excitement. I do. I actually promise excitement because we are going to have a new mod of the day that many of you will recognize and will probably be very excited about. It's been probably one of the most recommended mods ever to me. So, like I said, come back for the next episode. It's going to be a lot more exciting. We're going to have some very cool stuff going on. I need to get more uranium ore, and I'm going to go do that right now. So it's churning away. But, hey, if you did enjoy this episode, hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to hit that thumbs down button, especially you, the guy that always hits thumbs down. I'm pretty sure it's one person that just always hits the thumbs down button. Make sure to go ahead and do that today because, you know, I would feel weird if there wasn't at least one thumbs down on one of my episodes. It'd just be strange. I'm being silly. Disable detect stations in all sensors. What? Did you see that? In all sensor blocks to prevent game crash. Ooh. Okay. I will. Where? That's a new thing to me. Disable detect stations. Actually, I'm going to disable this whole sensor because I don't want it doing weird things. Let's try that again. Apparently that's an issue. Go figure. Well, I'm glad it told me. So, as I was saying, go right on ahead, hit that thumbs up, that thumbs down, that anything you want buttons, and come back next time, hit the subscribe button, a few other things. It's a little bit weird that the beam drill is shooting right through my stairs, but luckily it doesn't do damage to blocks. As always, I'll see you next time on Epic Tech.